the revelation of truth, when it strikes like a lightning, can transform our lives instantly. We do not know how blessed we are in all its entirety of our existence. Takes entire cosmic power to come together in order to manifest who we are. There is a grace in just everything. It is absolutely miraculous to witness the happening of the world today, where we are under the lockdown in number of places, and there are people who are totally oblivious of what is happening in the world by having fun, going out, meeting people, enjoying themselves. But the truth of the matter is, we all have choices to do whatever we would like to do. There is no denying the fact, regardless of repercussions, regardless of the consequences we may face of our actions. Today, as I am here in this picturesque site of the ashram, the Maharshi Siddhartha ashram, the most benevolent master, as he unravels the mystery of what is in the happening of the matter, life transforms. If one is open enough to regard the making of what Sadhguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj does, life will absolutely be ascended to a higher dimension of life. So it is in the making of the blessing which is bestowed upon his disciples in such a way that cannot be understood by understanding. Because understanding takes logical conclusion. Understanding takes an acuity of mind. But it goes beyond the very periphery of perception and what mind can think of. So how could anyone understand things which is beyond the periphery, beyond the boundary of understanding itself? Not possible. But the blessing of the Master is so ingrained into the root of understanding itself. The words cannot define the blessing that Master bestows upon his disciples. And as Sadhguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj, the blessing was done before the things occurred. That's the first thing that must be noticed, must be taken into consideration, must be factored in. That is the most important. Before anything happened, there was his blessing. There was something that a mind cannot understand. You may feel very jittery about what happened. You may feel totally out of balance. You may feel absolutely nauseating about the things that happened, the way it happened, the way it turned out to be. But there was inherent blessing in what happened, which mind with the attachment of the sensory organs can never ever reach to that level of understanding. Impossible. So my dear friends, today as I'm here, the pinnacle of spirituality is not about finding our own interpretation of understanding. Our interpretation of understanding cannot unravel the mystery that entails the entire totality of happening. We are limited beings. We have a very contracted vision of each and everything. It's only about going beyond the very periphery, things start happening. So if the revelation strikes you, the light, like a lightning, when that lightning strikes, there's a thunder. And that thunder is what it is required through this system. The revelation, the awakening, the very epiphany of revelation is to make the thunder through this mechanism. At least be prepared for the awakening now. Be prepared how the master molds you. Be prepared for how master chisels you, how master curates you, how master designs you to be a grander version of yourself. Master knows everything. But we have doubt because we have very suspicious mind, intelligent mind. We are very proud of that mind. And we shall be. We all have all reasons of the world to feel proud of what we have achieved and how our mind can calculate, draw deductions or mental conclusion or mental calculation in order to reach a point. 100%. It is beyond surrender. Surrender is also not possible here. It is something which has already been ingrained into to manifest things right when it's supposed to be. So you feel like you are just being structured, you are just put into place. But if you avoid all the time and become too rigid, the more rigid you are, the more complainant you are, the more troublesome you become in the process. That's what it is. So if you want to create more hindrance on the path itself by throwing stones right in front of you and to walk over to the stones that you have laid down, there's nothing much can be done about it. But the fact of the matter is that since we are so contracted in our understanding, knowing the facts the way they are will unravel itself only when the revelation of what has happened will be revealed by the one who has designed it. And the designer has that greater power. The designer has that grand power which we cannot reach up to. Just like this, how it flows, how the Ganges flows. It is just ever flowing. It is just ever flowing. Nothing stops. It's eternal. The science of this is eternal. Today, as everything's supposed to be in the making of the same higher design, the grander, greater design, and we are just a puppet. The construct of who you are will be known by the one who designs you. And the construct you are, the one that knows what design you are made of, will decide the very course of action of your life. But are you ready to be taken over by someone? Are you ready? That's the big question. You will doubt your master. You will cast aspersion on him, on his ways. You will do so much to create suspicion about everything the way he does, but there is something beyond that not to be understood right at this point in time. There's something in the making that will reveal itself, and that will tell you the real construct. The construct who you are, the design that one makes only the one who is beyond all the construct, because you are just a construct of someone else's design, and the designer knows the construct who you are. Sadguru Sadafal Devji Maharaj, the Sadguru Dev, knows that design. He is the one who designs the construct. The very mechanism is construct. The mechanism that he knows is just a construct. And he is the one who designs. Because he knows you, the construct that you are made of. So today, I take a bow at the feet of the Master. My salutation at the feet of the Master. Just lay prostrate before him at the feet of the Master, who considers you to be the construct of the design. And if you understand this, your life will be blessed. You would have no words to say. All words would be put to silence. You will feel the bliss. You will say that, oh, I have made so many mistakes. Forgive me, my Lord. Forgive me, my Lord. I have made numerous mistakes because of my limited vision, because of my attachment with my senses, which could not get fulfilled. My senses were so occupying. They were so overwhelming. They overtook me and made me behave the way I did in such a nasty way. I'm really sorry. I'm being so apologetic to you. Please forgive me. The surrender begins once the apology is gone, once the all forgiveness is gone. Surrender is not any simple word. It is not a simple word at all. It is something that is not to be understood. It is something is to be realized. This is something to be felt at the innermost being who we are. From there, when it comes, everything starts layering off one after the other, and things start happening. So how conducive we make ourselves to that higher design is our job. Please do allow yourself to be in the making of the design that you are supposed to be, because he knows the construct, because the one designs knows the construct.